we decided that we didn't have an image, we didn't have a direction.
Right.
And when we came up with our perception of what some of the storefronts should look like and what our theme should be, that's the direction we went in. We had a downtown area. Now, we can't make our older downtown area, some of the buildings being done, made in the early 1900s, we can't make it look like Roosevelt Field that has a lot of glass and brass and neon. So our idea was, let's go back into the strength that we have there, and that is come up with a theme of a walk down memory lane, a revitalization of the way it used to be. When you walked in as a kid, you walked into the store and they knew your name, and they gave you the service that you looked for. When people talk about the good old days, we're bringing the good old days back to Belmore Village.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Belmore Village, and we have some illustrations of what is to come in
Yes.
Belmore Village. You gave me a guided tour this week, actually, of the town, and we talked to some of the merchants. But referring to you just did the streets there. They were just
Yes.
blacktop.
Yes.
The sidewalks have now been bricked.
Yes.
And why did you do those things? And then what's going to happen with the facades of the businesses?
Well, the sidewalks, the herringbone brick pattern has just been completed. This is an artist rendering, the first artist rendering of one of the buildings in Belmore Village. It's a return. Right now, the building has aluminum siding from the early 1970s on it, the upper half. You can see from this drawing that it's a return to an older village-type look, bringing the green into it, bringing restuccoing and so forth, and restoring the building with brick to tie into the brick look, that old downtown look. This week, we're having our brick crosswalks put in.
Right.
And this was through cooperation of governmental officials. We went to Nassau County Executive Tom Galata. We went to Greg Peterson from town of Hempstead. We went to Senator Norman Levy and Assemblyman O'Shea. And these people got together with us, saw what our vision was, and sat down and said, you know what, this is a great idea, a way to revitalize a downtown area, not that has deteriorated beyond repair, but that has seen some wear and needs to be brought back.
And it's jointly sharing the cost. I know the second
Yes.
illustration we have of the doll shop that,
Yes.
that we visited together. It's estimated the facade will be $30,000.
Yes.
And explain how that's financed.
Well, the facade part of the program, which is shown in these drawings, has to do with this grant to the state of New York, and it's a matching fund grant. But the owner of the building may only be getting $5,000, but he may be, and he's only required to put in another $5,000. But what we have found through this program is everyone is joining in on this vision, and so if he's getting $5,000, he may be putting in $25,000 of his own, because he sees this is the opportunity to really step forward with this image of Belmore Village.
Now, as I understand it, you actually had merchants in Belmore who were thinking of moving elsewhere,
Yes.
and just the fact that you had this vision got them to stay and increase their investment in the community.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We had 2 stores, Dear Little Dolly's and Victorian Corner, both of which had the opportunity to move to other towns, and we did what we courted them. We asked them to stay. We told them what our vision was. This was before any of the work began. Now that the work has begun, we now have the Belmore Shrimp Market coming in. We have Gift Basket Emporium, which is relocating to our area. We have other businesses. We have a proposal for a movie theater to come in. We have other proposed businesses that are looking to come in now that they see that the theme is a reality and things are actually being done, and people are excited about it.
Right. Now, can any downtown do this, do you think?
I think that many downtowns can do it. I think that it's a matter of looking at your downtown and finding out what your clientele is looking for and providing that for them.
Right, right. Now, Danny, Main Street managers. Now, I know here we have Gary is sort of a Main Street manager. He's the revitalization director. Do Main Streets need that? Do you need a single person to kind of carry the vision and see it through?
You need somebody like Gary to carry the flag throughout the village. It's important to put the right stores next to the other right stores.
Right.
In a mall, it's no accident that there's a shoe store, a ladies' shoe store, next to a ladies' dress store.
Right.
That is no accident, and what Gary's doing is putting together as best he can the right stores in the right community.
Now, but is it realistic to expect someone like Gary, who is a merchant, to get a landlord to say, if a landlord has a potential renter, and it's maybe not the women's shoe store that should go next to the clothing store. I mean, how do you get a proud landlord to be looking for the right merchant for that spot instead of taking the money, especially when the storefront's been sitting empty for a while?
Well, part of the problem is if you put the wrong store in the wrong place, he'll be out of there in 6 months. If you put the right store in the right place, he'll be there for 20 years.
Right, right. But